Or should it be bad morning, Matt McLean? Because Garth, he was meant to come into pit lane just then, and he hasn't. Maybe you couldn't see where pit lane was.
Oh, hang on, we've got one off here already at turn one.
Oh.
That's Reef McCarthy, one of the front runners in the Super 3 Championship.
And just to make sure, maybe this is how they're going to clean it out. Just keep that door open while he drives back. The car inside will be fogging up nicely with all the water coming in, and anything electronic on the inside of that car is going to take on a bit of water.
The teams, you do not line up at pit exit. You wait for pit exit to open, and then you can pull your car into the fast lane. Car 25, stay where you are.
Just telling the teams exactly what's up. It's a funny thing, isn't it? Because the category is really about learning all aspects of motorsport, not just how to drive on the track, but the procedural things as well. And we see that regularly, just the sessions where you are allowed to come into pit lane after the checkered flag, the sessions when you have to go straight back to the paddock. I think I got a report yesterday that 6 or 7 drivers got pinged for returning to pit lane after the second session yesterday, so they got given fines for that.
Open pit exit, open pit exit.
And now pit exit is open.
So Michael Anderson right here, up about mid-track there. And the surface, or the rocks, or the aggregate in the road surface are sharper. So the tyres can bite into that aggregate, and it's taller, so the water sits deeper in the road as well. So if you go down to turn one, it doesn't matter where you drive, it's all brand new. And the aggregate's different, so you drive on the racing line there at turn one, but on the older surface, you might use the go-kart line.
Whoops, and James Masterton now in the fence. That could bring out yellow flags for that sector.
So the exit of turn 5, I think, spun to the inside. Very slippery at turn 5, as we mentioned earlier. Back to Anderson, completing this lap. He'll be the first to take the checkered flag.
He will not be impeded by that yellow flag at turn 5, due to the fact that he is well ahead of it. Last corner, checkers are out. Qualifying for Dunlop Super 3. Morris versus Anderson, 1:54.3 the time to beat. It's going to take a mega effort here. Can he chase him down? Good last sector, improves the time, but there's still 2 seconds as Morris finds something in the last sector now as well. Get 2.2 seconds on your field. You know you've had a pretty good qualifying session.
A good morning out, isn't it? Anderson in second. David Murphy on that last lap snuck up into third. Jim Policina drops to 4th.
Hey, the Paul Boschett car was out there and working nicely.
Good job for those guys. They've had engine dramas all weekend, so they'll be happy that they've had a clean session finally. Tony Ordino, after fixing those engine dramas in yesterday's race.
Matt McLean, we saw him roll out at the beginning of that session. That was a no-no, and as a result, he has been parked for the first 2 minutes of this session, so he's going to miss some valuable track time. He's also sprung a leak in there as well.
Yeah, geez, a lot of water dropping into that car, so something the team will need to get onto for the race, because you don't want that. As we said earlier, the more water that comes in the car, the more that the floor of the cars heat up, creates more and more steam. Here's Mazuris though. He'll be the first to the line in Super 2. See what sort of lap time the Super 2 category can punch out in the rain. There's been some personal bests and session bests, so Mazuris straight away to a 50.5. Feeney a 48.0, so 2.5 seconds faster than his teammate. That's a big lap. Zach Best jumps into second with a 48.2.
Had 3 Nissans on the front 2 rows yesterday. It's a different story at the moment with just Josh Fife now. He jumps up into third. The top Nissan, Everingham joins him out third, and 4th, Everingham and Fife. About a lap left in it in terms of time.
Oh,
Mazuris has it in.
That's the exit of turn 6, going up the hill to Corporate Hill. Can he get it out of there? Yes, he does. So he's held it tight.
Wow, there's some water there.
Yeah, to drive off the corner straighter, and yeah, got into that river, as you said, Chad. There was a heap of water there.
Aaron Seaton jumps to 12th. Zane Morse has found the fence. And I think that might be the exit of turn 1, all the way through on the old drag racing staging lanes down there.
Here comes Best to the line. Does it topple Feeney? No, it doesn't. A 46.56, 6/100ths. So the entire session, it was tight at the top between those two. Mazuris now improves to 4th, so he did get that extra lap in right at the end, and he needed it. Got him to the second row for Mazuris.
But Brock Feeney and Zach Best have been the class of the field in 2021. They gapped the rest of the field 7/10 back to Tyler Everingham. And Mazuris with a bit of a slip, but good enough to be on the second row. Tony D'Alberto, the experience in these conditions. He's top of the Eggleston Motorsport cars. Declan Fraser inside the top 4 rows as well. Tim Blanchard out there inside the top 10. Tricky conditions. Matt Payne's first wet Supercars qualifying session nets him 14th. Jay Robotham 15th. And Matt McLean missing some laps, finishing 17th. But let's just celebrate Brock Feeney and all the pressure of being the guy who's going to replace Jamie Whincup in 2022. And he's living up to the hype today. He's leading the championship in the Dunlop Series. He's gone out there, and that was a really sublime drive in very tricky conditions. Pushed all the way by Zach Best, but he does enough to claim another pole award